As the Bible tells, he that regardeth the day regardeth it unto the Lord, and he that regardeth not the day, to the Lord he doth not regard it. He that eateth, eateth to the Lord, for he giveth God thanks. And he that eateth not, to the Lord he eateth not, and giveth God thanks. For none of us live to himself, and no man dieth to himself. So essentially, it's showing here that none of us as Christians live for ourselves, and none of us die only for ourselves. Essentially, what we need to understand in our walk with Christ is not necessarily about us or what we want. It's about Christ. We live our lives for Christ. Because as we were bought with a price, of course, and that price was like Jesus Christ's death on the cross and resurrection. So essentially, we are God's. We are like God's, like, we are owned by God. Our lives are not for us to live, but for God. And that doesn't mean we can't like enjoy certain things, perhaps, but it means more like everything we should do is essentially for God, and it shouldn't be for us that we live our lives. Our lives should be kind of like committed to Christ, committed and like not halfway committed, like how someone would commit themselves partially to something, like for example, like a small time job or something, like a full time thing. Like our lives should be completely dedicated to living and serving Christ. And how, as it shows here, that sometimes people do like, of course, have different convictions on things. Some people have different convictions about like drinking alcohol, for instance, because of their past. Some people have different convictions on things because of, well, different things. Some people just don't like meat, and maybe that's not necessarily something along the lines of like conviction. Maybe that's more like something along the lines of the personal preference. But even then, it's telling us that we should necessarily like respect that of people and not to necessarily judge them for that. Ultimately, we live our life, but essentially, we live our lives for Christ and not for ourselves. I wanted to make this video tell you that. Anyways, God bless.